Hello, everyone. Welcome to the
Hello.
stream. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Sarah.
Happy Friday, Asa. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to see you. How are things?
Things are great. Things are
Good.
very great.
Good.
Today, we have a very exciting live stream because I want to share Submission Grinder with everyone. This is a site that I use to track my submissions, to get inspired to submit, to find places to submit. Also, today, we're going to write per usual. If it's your first time here, my name is Asa Merritt. I am a fiction writer. I am a horror short story writer. I am here with my dear friend, colleague, Sarah Ray Warner. Do you want to tell us who you are, Sarah?
Yeah. Hi. I'm Sarah Ray Werner. I'm also a writer. I write more long form stuff, which we were discussing a little bit earlier about those differences. So, yeah. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to hear about Submission Grinder because all of this is brand new to me.
Great. Yes. So it's relatively new. It's relatively new to me as well. Welcome everyone else to the stream. Let us know if you're here. Say hi. Tell us where you're writing in from, and tell us what you're planning on working on today. I'm going to be working on my Weird Wild West story. Do you have a vision yet of what you're going to be working on today?
I do. I want to start something new today. So I'm going to use we have a prompt that I'm going to be using and I'm very excited about. So I'm going to be
Yes.
writing what I can during the time that we have today.
Love, love. We also have a prompt. If you're coming in cold and want a fresh
Yes.
idea, we have a prompt. Okay, Submission Grinder, everyone. I'm going to add this to the stage. Does everyone see that? Can you see that, Sarah?
I can.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm
Okay,
peeking over on Twitch. Yep, it looks like it's people can see it on Twitch.
perfect. So, folks, this is Submission Grinder. There are several sites like this site. There's another one called Duotrope that you have to pay for. There's another one called Chill Subs. All of these sites basically provide the same service, which is to say they share places to submit your work. A lot of this is geared towards short fiction, but not exclusively. These sites also share information about agents, open to new manuscripts for novels, but they also do other things. My favorite of the bunch is Submission Grinder. Submission Grinder is free. And one thing that it does that, there's pros and cons, whatever. But just to introduce this concept and how they can be useful, what you see now here is a list of recent activity. This is August 22nd. Is that today or yesterday?
That's today.
That's today, where users of this site report the results of their submissions. So if you need any reassurance that everyone is getting 1,000 rejections, this site also
Wow.
helps with that. And so it goes through here and people report, oh, okay, I submitted my Weird Wild West story to Apex and it got accepted. Or rejected. And so what you see here is how many of those results were recorded today, as well as the publication. There's all this great data around average response time of each publication. So, the stories that I've submitted so far, I got really fast rejections, and it's useful to submit to places that have quick turnaround time. That kind of makes the project of submitting more useful. Anyway, on these streams, we're trying to build community. We have a Discord. We're trying to get to a place where we're all confidently finishing things, submitting them, getting into the groove of what it means to be kind of a professional, traditionally published writer, which is to say, putting yourself out there, being part of a larger community of writers, building work, getting rejected day in, day out, day out. That's part of the jam. If it's your first time here, also, quick hit, Sarah and I are live 3 times a week. On Wednesday and Thursdays, we do story clubs. These story clubs are kind of writer-oriented book clubs around short stories. We are reading one sci-fi story every Wednesday and one horror story every Thursday, working our way. Oh, good. I'm so glad, Sarah. I'm so glad
I've got
you have.
visual aids.
I'm so glad you have visual aid. Okay, so hey, Mateo, welcome. Bienvenido. We on Wednesdays are working our way through the Big Book of Science Fiction. This is an anthology of excellent, classic, iconic science fiction stories edited by Annihilation writer Jeff Vandermeer and his partner Anne Vandermeer. On Thursdays, we are working our way through The Dark Descent, which is a classic, kind of the horror short story anthology. Stephen King, Shirley Jackson, greatest hits. So if you're vibing, subscribe and join us on these short story clubs, because we are learning so much, reading such great literature, and it's really been a treat.
Fantastic.
So let's move into the writing phase.
You're really into this. I love it.
It's a good day. It's a good day.
It's good energy.
It's a good day to be alive. It's a good day to write.
Boy, it really is.
And I'm grateful to be in community as writers with you all. So, Sarah, you've been playing a video game.
I have,
called
yes.
Dredge, which led to the following writing prompt. Whoop, stand by. Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. Sarah, what we got here?
So, like Issa said, I've been playing Dredge, which is this is going to sound very silly, a Lovecraftian fishing game. It makes more sense if you check it out. I highly recommend it because I'm highly addicted to it. But today's prompt was inspired by my experience playing Dredge as a Lovecraftian fisherman. So a writer goes to a seaside vacation property to focus, like we do. But something is waiting for them in the kitchen that derails the trip. So this is our prompt for today. You can choose to write about this if you want. You can write about literally anything else if you want, but this is just here in case you get stuck, in case you're feeling uninspired. This will give you a place to start. And I'll read it one more time. A writer goes to a seaside vacation property to focus, but something is waiting for them in the kitchen that derails the trip. So I hope that gets the wheels in your imagination spinning.
I think it does. I kind of want to pivot almost and jam with that setting, but again, I got to finish things. So I'm going to stick with the Weird Wild West story. Today, folks, we are rocking Pomodoro.
Yes.
We're going to experiment with Pomodoro. Again, I've curated a new look for y'all. And additionally, I'm going to add some media to the mix today for this work session. This is Tokyo. For all of our focus, concentration, inspiration, and delight, I found some cityscape sound from Tokyo. Feel free to mute it. I'm going to put it on as kind of a white noise, a focus noise. We'll see how today goes. I'm feeling great. I would love to get through two of these sessions. So a rough vision for today and this part of the stream will work for 15 minutes together. Take a 5-minute break, check in, see how things are going, and then do another 50-minute session. And by the time we finish Friday, begin this weekend, I just feel confident that we're going to have moved our projects forward. Any parting words of advice here, Sarah, to everybody before we jump in?
No, well, I mean, I would always have advice, but do we have the time for all the advice I have? I'm just excited by how many people we have in the comments today. Takashi says, "Yay, let's go." Kaylee says, "Submission Grinder sounds like a great resource."
Oh my
I know
God.
we have so many cool people here. Laura's here.
Quick hits from the comments. Hi, Mateo. Mateo, I just judging by the flag. Are you estás en Mexico ahorita? Takashi, yay, let's go. What's up, Kaylee? Submission Grinder sounds like a great resource. It really is, Kaylee.
I'd never heard of it, so yeah.
It's simple, it's streamlined, it's relatively intuitive, and it just, for me, it's inspiring because it's like, oh wow, there's other people out there really trying, and it's a journey, and they're on it also. Laura Huntress in the mix. Welcome back, Laura Huntress. Hi all, excited to get started. Then that's what we shall do. Let's get back to the Pomodoro, and good luck, everyone. Happy writing. I'm going to mute myself. Bada boom, bada
I will do the
bing.
same. All right, let's do this.
Hey, Tim.
Can you hear me, Sarah?
Why, yes, I can.
How you feeling?
Good. I oh, thank you. Sorry, my lunch has been delivered, which is very nice.
Perfect.
Oh, wonderful. No, it was good. It went a lot faster than I thought it would for the 50 minutes. It I don't know if that was because I was like in the zone or if that's just because time doesn't really exist. But whatever the reason.
Way to take it there, Sarah.
Yeah. How about yourself?
Oh gosh, I'm jamming. I'm feeling so good. Yeah. How's everybody else doing, by the way?
Yeah, let us know in the
Um,
comments.
yeah.
Uh,
Okay. I mean, yeah, it went really well. I think there's several things at work here. Oh,
mm.
I'm just gonna turn on my other camera. Y'all, I'm making a vlog right now as we speak
Ooh.
about me in this weird Wild West fiction story that I'm working on. So, tune in tomorrow for this video coming out and you can like just really track more of Weird Wild West stuff. Subscribe, watch the vlog, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so where I'm at with this is okay, I feel like I'm finding this like emerging theory of fiction for myself, which is like a wild thought, but I want to like share it briefly. I don't know, this might become a YouTube video someday too.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, I'm coming at fiction from like a screenwriting, a playwriting, a dramatic writing point of view. And I think what really makes fiction fiction is sentences, is the prose, is what's happening within the lines. Not just that, because I do think it shares like those other mediums story. You got to tell a good story, like heart. You gotta like get something out on the page that matters, that makes you feel something so that other people feel something. But then like the third element is prose and what's happening in the prose and around it, and this sort of more kind of like literary experience, like the echoes and the resonances of some of these stories that we've seen in our story clubs. And so what I did just now is like riffed a little bit. I'm gonna put this up. Like there was just kind of like schematic,
diagrams.
like left brain is your analytical brain, right? Left brain
I
thinking,
think
just
so.
kind of like
Yeah.
trying to piece that together and then getting to the place where then moving into like a drafting phase, trying to like tap back in. And so, I'm going through these like hemmings and hawings of like, portraits of a new writer as a young infant. But I turned that off, got back to the story and started working on it. Okay. People have been working amazing.
I know we've got some comments coming in.
Takashi finished my quota for my Magic Boy Cupid novel. Okay, hablamos de este ayer. Fernando and I met yesterday. An excellent, exciting writer working on very exciting things.
Very cool.
Really good today. I may switch to another project for the next sprint. Very exciting. Mateo says, pretty good. I used the prompt. I wrote about 450 words. I'm curious, Mateo, did that reach a conclusion? Did you get to the end of a story, or you feel like you're in the middle of a story?
And
Anyway.
450 words in an hour. That's legit. You
That is
you did
legit.
good.
That's actually a great
That's a
observation.
lot. Yeah.
Which I love. Just this is all. Some people write slow, some people write fast. Everyone has their ways. I find that when I write fast, I tap into my unconscious a little bit more. Anyway, other folks are working too. Narrative Vault says, I wrote the first paragraph using M.R. James's tips on using realism. If you're new to the stream, Narrative Vault here is referencing our horror story club, which meets every Thursday. We read short stories. Yesterday, we talked about M.R. James's theory of writing ghost stories, how they work, why they work. I'm so glad to hear that everything's like layering and building. That's my experience. Mateo says it did not reach the end. It's just starting. Okay. That is so exciting. So exciting. So exciting. Yes. Okay. Sarah, how's it going for you? How's it going for you?
Good. It was really fun. I know I've said this before, but it always surprises me when I just give myself a blank page and just the permission to move forward with something that's probably going to be really weird, a story comes out and it's amazing and magical. And I love that feeling. I love that. That feeling is why I write. And so it was just very delicious to get to experience that. And a great reminder that even when we're tired, even when we're feeling burned out, our creativity is still there waiting for us. And it will still be there when we have energy again. So it was a great reminder.
Amazing. Oh my God, I'm so happy to hear that. So
Yeah.
so happy to hear that. All right. So everybody, what are your goals for the next sesh? What's your game plan?
Well, what's yours? Because I love
right.
seeing the
Okay.
diagrams and I'm curious, like what's next for you?
Okay, well, no, so yeah, so like I did that for like 10 minutes of just kind of like riffing, trying to like download, like get important big thoughts out. You know, one thing I'm doing today, especially since I'm kind of making this like vlog, I'm trying to use this vlog as an opportunity to get to the end. So that was another reason why I was kind of doing that, just to kind of impose at some level a plan to execute. And it's like, if I have a plan and like this beginning, middle, and end are relatively sound, then I can just write the draft. I'm really trying to do better about finishing things and just trust this idea that like something rough and finished is the first step to something, wonderful. Anyway, so I'm just going to try to keep plowing ahead. I am hyped about the story. Can I read the beginning?
Yeah, please do. I'm here for it, literally and
great.
figuratively. Go on.
Great. Okay. So this is a Weird Wild West story, tentatively titled "Not Everyone is Cut Out for the Snake Show."
I'm here already.
I can see you're cut from the right general cloth. That's why you're here. But think long and hard before going down this path. You'll be bit regularly at some point, probably within an inch of your life, and you have to stomach the children. That's where the money is. Now, I never seen one die. I know what I'm doing, but I've seen him turn green or shake like a saint from above, coming down, shining a smile on him, but shaken not in ecstasy, but terror. The bites itch too, bad. And if the kid is tough, they'll try and gnaw their own hand off like a badger in a trap.
Whew.
So yeah, that's the start. That's
Ooh.
the start. It's a monologue. It's a monologue. We're POVing hard in the snake show land. Thank you for listening to all that, everyone, and giving me that space to share. I'm very excited. Takashi, next session is to write a ghost story set at an all-girls private school. Love.
Perfect.
Mateo, I'd probably go back to writing my current work in progress in the next sprint. The prompt was a good break. Warm-up, though. Fantastic.
Mateo, I appreciate you saying that. I do. Sorry, not to interrupt you, Asa. I'm sorry.
Go on.
Working on two different things on two different sprints can often really help shake things loose if you are, again, feeling burned out or in a rut. So I love that you're doing that.
Great. All right. So we never properly had the break, but that's okay.
This is the break. We're just.
This is the break.
Chatting.
This is the break.
This is a break.
All right, I'm going to throw the Pomodoro back on. I will throw that streetscape back on, and we'll see y'all in 50 minutes.
All right, let's do this. Sorry, hello. My cat is eating my plants. If you saw me like go like that. Hello, welcome back, everyone.
Great first sentence. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The cat is eating my plants.
Oh my gosh.
Sarah, how was that for you? How are you doing?
Honestly, good. So this was weird. I had a pivot, but it was in line with what we've been talking about, I think. And so I was working on this new short piece inspired by our prompt today. Hi, Takashi. And I was writing in here, and I had some ideas that related to a larger term project that I'm working on, season 2 of my audio drama Girl in Space. And so I actually just this entire thing here, I wrote in like the last 10 minutes or so. Like it just sparked something. And I don't know. I'm not saying that like everything is related necessarily, but sometimes thinking, and again, earlier I know some folks were talking about writing something in one sprint and then writing something different in the other sprint. And I think it's really true that working on different things can really lead to inspiration for other projects. So that was very unexpected. I had not planned to even think about that project at all today. And then my brain was like, hey, guess what?
If you don't know, Sarah
Yeah.
has an incredible podcast called Girl in Space. Season 1 is out. You can listen to it. What's you want to give us the log line of that show so people will know if they want to go check it out?
I do. And then I want to okay, so Girl in Space is the story of, as the title suggests, a girl in space. And basically what happens is there's this mysterious light coming toward her. She's alone, abandoned on a space station. You don't know why. But yeah, what is this mysterious light coming toward her? ... Jazz hands. So Asa, now you also have a very excellent audio drama that I think people should listen to.
Oh yeah, it's out there. It's out there. It's out there. If you're on Audible, it's called Six Sermons. It's starring Stephanie Shu from Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's about a woman grieving suicide and has to lead this church that's in crisis. It came out great. I'm really proud of it. Thanks for plugging that for me. It's on Audible. Since we're in the business of plugging, I want to talk about how amazing our story clubs are, because to connect it to what just happened, I really found myself using some of the things that we're learning in these story clubs, or sort of diving into. And so for this story that I'm working on, it is kind of about end of life. And so I was thinking a lot about The Reach, Stephen King story that we read, and just the ways in which you can kind of send the story down these small tributaries briefly to create the sense of the totality of one's life. In a short story, just being able to get the feeling that you're experiencing a whole person, not the sketch of a character. And just the way in that story, and I think we've seen this in other stories too, just like strategic insertions of a cousin or like an experience give us the effect, perhaps the illusion, but it doesn't matter because I feel it, the sort of experience of a whole character.
Ooh, so, I like that.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just grateful for the story clubs. If you're joining the stream and don't know what I'm talking about, Sarah and I do 2 story clubs where we are reading anthologies of sci-fi on Wednesdays and horror on Thursdays, analyzing these stories, riffing, talking about our own writing in context of them, along with all of you. Takashi here, I know, is a writer in the mix. I'm going to put this comment up shortly. But yeah, we have a Discord. Really, it's an emerging community of writers learning through reading, vibing, jamming, and writing, as we did today. Takashi, it is what Austin Kleon says in his book, Steal Like an Artist. We're doing what he calls practicing productive procrastination. Wait, are we procrastinating? I feel like we were writing.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I can't reach. So I have a herniated disc in my back, but I could reach. I have a lot of Austin Kleon's books. They're delightful if you've never read or seen them. They are really fun. So productive procrastination is just kind of like what I was talking about before our second sprint. And that is, you're feeling burned out on something. You turn to something else to procrastinate, essentially. And, you know, for me, that can be not only writing flash fiction, apparently, but working on my other podcast right now, working on just administrative tasks. So like you're getting stuff done, but also your brain is like a slow cooker, and there's a roast in there. And
Okay.
yeah, so
I
it's
get
it's kind of it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
letting your
so-
letting
yeah.
your brain cook while you're doing
Cool.
something else.
Right, like
So
you've got various dishes on the stove, and you're attending to the pasta while the soup cures, all that kind of thing.
yes,
I'm with
exactly.
that. I like that. I like that concept a lot. I'm going to throw a Discord link in the comments.
Ooh, that's perfect. I will too.
I was just talking about our Discord, and yeah, it's just a way to, if you're just looking for additional ways to connect with other writers, stay accountable, keep up with the streams, the Discord's a great resource. We have a couple really strong writers in there. Mateo, we'd love to have you in the mix. I know you're a writer. Welcome. I hope you're still here on this stream. Thank you for joining. And yeah, it's just very cool. And it just really does feel like we're growing something. And Sarah and I are so grateful, really, truly, to be in progress in art with you all. So just some thank yous. Takashi, thank you for being here. Mateo, thank you for being here. Narrative Vault. Lore, as always.
Yeah.
If you're still here, welcome. It's the first time I've seen your name, I think. Thank you for being here. And the plan. Sarah, do you want to tease out what's our sci-fi?
Yeah.
What's our sci-fi story next week?
So our sci-fi story next week. So once again, if you're not familiar with Story Club, we are working our way through this gorgeous 600-pound, slight exaggeration, anthology by Jeff Vandermeer that he and his partner Ann put together. So our next short story is by Paul Shearbart, and it's called The New Overworld. And I've never read anything by Paul Shearbart. This is, I believe, a translation of a story. So I'm excited to dive into that. It's extremely short. It's like one page.
Can we get the percents for fun?
Oh,
as a true tease?
Yeah.
Oh, if
We always
anyone
talk
wrote
about-
if anyone wrote a sentence they're really proud of also today and wants to share, feel free to throw it in.
Share that here in the comments. It is a quote spoken by someone, and it says, "If you can't solve your own problems," said the wise Nax, "then you are most certainly not very clever." So burn.
Okay. The wise Nax. Okay. Live that dream. Great. Amazing. Yeah. So Story Club, that is our sci-fi offering on Wednesday. Thursday, we do short stories that are horror. Anyway, we're jamming, we're rocking. Thank you for being here. Subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with all the amazing things we're doing independently of this amazing 3-day-a-week collaboration. And we'll see you soon.
Yeah. Well, Asa, did you end up making more progress?
I made it to the end.
Okay, good.
I made it to the end. I have a complete rough draft. And so now it's just a matter of going back in and doing all writing is rewriting, but I have a draft. And so I feel like having reached the end of the story, having that beginning, middle, and end, gosh, I feel so much more likely that I will go through and do all these other steps, writing, generating the courage to submit, going back to submission grinder to bring it back, and get published. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you Wednesday, and take care of yourselves. Have a good weekend, and thanks for being here.